Hey YouTube. So if you've seen my last video, then you watched me work on the Harbor Freight Towbar and give my opinion on it and make some upgrades, if you will. And basically what I done was just welded it up solid because I think some of the hardware was on the cheap side, obviously coming from Harbor Freight. And for the most part, the Towbar gave me good service, but what happened was I welded it up and we went on a camping trip, and I came back, and this is the way I always do it. I have to leave my camper sitting at the bottom of my driveway, and I have to unhook the Freightliner from it because we have a steep driveway and it won't pull it up the driveway. So I have to hook the four-wheel drive pickup to it. So anyway, I stop at the bottom and we unhook the Bronco from behind the fifth wheel, and instead of taking the tow bar off down there, I just raise it up and take a bungee cord and connect the bungee cord into the grill and around the tow bar to hold it up. So my wife drives the Bronco up and I bring the Freightliner up, and then I go back down with the pickup and bring the camper up, no problem. Always, that's the way we always do it. Well, the next day I was taking our garbage to the end of the driveway to be picked up, and I put wheels on my trash can so that I could take it down with a vehicle because we have a long driveway. And so I was headed down my driveway with the Bronco with the tow bar still on it, not thinking there's any problem. Well, I head down the driveway and my bungee cord breaks. The tow bar falls down into the gravel driveway, and it just, like a plow, it just buries up right into the gravel and run plumb over top of it before I can get stopped. It bent the bumper down and damaged the tow bar. So I searched the internet for some new on the 89 and 90 Bronco 2s. They changed from 88. They changed from the 88 style. The 88 style, the bumper bolted straight to the frame. Well, on the 89s, they added a bumper bracket and a different bumper. So it only bent those brackets. It didn't really damage the bumper. It put a few dents in it, but anyway, it only damaged those brackets. Well, I got on the internet and looked and looked and looked and could not find just those brackets. I needed those two brackets. Couldn't find them anywhere. So I put them back on, and I get some adjustable wrenches and hammers and the vise and all kinds of stuff and get them straightened back out. And then I got that looking good and straightened back out, so now I had to, get another tow bar. And initially I was just going to go to Harbor Freight because they've changed their tow bar from the one that I bought, and I was going to give that one a try and maybe possibly do a little review on it for you guys and give my opinion. So I got on there and I looked it up, and with the 20% off coupon I could get it for around 50 bucks. And that's reasonable for a tow bar, especially when you're looking at some of these outfits as $1,000. So it just, I thought, let me just check and see what I can find on Marketplace. And I looked up. I found it's a tow bar made by Roadmaster, and it's the Stowmaster 5000. Stowmaster 5000, made by Roadmaster. And the people were selling it, and they had took it off of a 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and it came with the mounts, the base plate, everything. And you know, obviously I didn't need the base plate because this is a Bronco and they had it on a Cherokee, but I was thinking, you know, I could possibly use those mounts and modify them a little bit, drill some more holes or something, and get it to bolt to this. Well, I tried it, worked with it for a couple hours, changing it around and trying to get it to work, and there was no way that it was gonna bolt to the frame on the Bronco. So I went ahead and scratched that idea. Okay, so here it is, and I really like this setup because it stays on here, and it come with this bag that covers the hitch up. He threw in these safety cables, which is you know, that's pretty nice too, because I had chains, and these, you know, these stretch out and retract, so that's nice. And I'll go ahead and show you. So it folds up just like this, and it's got this one little clip right here. You pull that out, raise it up all the way across, just like that. And it has these buttons right here that pushes the pins in, and then it'll move. So you just have to be close to right behind your trailer, or your trailer ball, and you can clip it on. And the instructions say that you don't have to worry about it. You just get it close, make sure it's latched onto the ball, and you drive off, and it will self-center and self-lock these pins. So that was pretty nice. And this is rated for 6,000 pounds. It's really well built. I also looked up, and you can buy what they call a rebuild kit for it, which comes with new bolts and possibly some bushings or some things like that. But I mean, it seems to be in really good shape. So there's a couple different ways you can store this hitch. Me personally, I'm going to leave it on the Bronco, especially since it has that nice bag cover for it. But if you didn't want to leave this on here all the time, you basically just pull this pin and this pin, you take it right off. Now, that's so much easier than the one I had. And another thing about it is if you get the base plate for this, it typically mounts to the frame in behind, like sometimes they come through the bumper, sometimes they come down underneath. They come from underneath the bumper, and they have basically like a 1.5 inch square stock that mounts like a receiver hitch. And you can actually, most of the time they're always hidden back in here, and you just pull a pin out and you take that out, and it leaves that clean look on the front of your vehicle, and you can barely notice those parts on there. But for me, I don't really care about appearance, so I think this looks really nice, and I'm just going to leave it like this and keep the bag on it. That way it's always there. And you know, just say this thing broke down, which I mean, it's an 89 model, that's highly likely. But if it was to break down, you know, it's here. I keep my brake controller in here also. So if it broke down, I could just jump in another vehicle and go get it. And so I'm really pleased with this hitch. We've pulled with it one time. We used Excursion, and just to see how it worked out, and it pulled good. I was impressed. So I was really impressed when it come to hooking it up. That right there is so much easier I can pretty much hook this up by myself without getting in and out several times and getting it just right. So as far as mounting it, I couldn't use the mounts that came with this because they were for a different vehicle. And I actually went online and looked at eTrailer.com, and they sell a mount for an '89 Bronco, and it was $300. So I wasn't too interested in that. And I was really hoping that these pieces here would bolt to the bumper just like the Harbor Freight hitch did, but these holes are a lot closer together than the holes in the bumper, and these actually bolt straight to the bumper brackets that bolt straight to the frame. So I had to modify some mounts. And this is basically a piece of 2.5 by 2.5 1/4-inch wall tubing. And I drilled 2 holes in it to match the holes in the bumper. And then I drilled 2 holes in it to match these plates here. And these plates are slotted, so you have a little bit of allowance. And that made it really smooth. I mean, that's a really nice setup. And it's more than substantial. Right here, I bent me a little piece of aluminum diamond plate and mounted a female plug right there so that I could use the cord that the guy threw in with this package. So I've got my electrical hardwired, ran down the frame. On the back, I still just plug it right into the trailer hitch. I'll just take you back here and show you. So I ran some of this trailer wire that you can get at Walmart. I ran it down the frame and I just plug it right into the trailer hitch. Now I did have to put in some diodes so that my signals didn't backfeed, where the signal light and the brake light's all on the same on these older vehicles. I had to put in some diodes so that it didn't backfeed, because when I would hit the signal light, it would activate the brakes on the camper. It would backfeed. But anyway, so yeah, I added the diodes and I just ran this down the frame and I just plug it in right here, and then it runs up to that plug on the front. So yeah, I found this thing for 150 bucks, and now it was 2.5 hours away, which, you know, that worked out pretty good, because new, this outfit is $1,000 with the base plates, which I didn't use, and I'm hoping I can resell and recoup some of my money. But the base plates for the 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee is $400. So if I can get, you know, 150, then I've paid for the hitch. So we'll see about that. So anyway, guys, I just thought I'd share that with you and share how I wrecked my other hitch and how it ended up turning into being somewhat of a good thing. I got this nicer hitch out of the deal. And so if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And if you hadn't already, go down and subscribe. We sure would appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.